Look at the frost on some of these trees. Look at that. These lilacs are just loaded. And those larch. The evergreens are loaded up on one side, but not so bad on the opposite side. But out in the pasture, see that out there? Just full. Anyway, did a bunch of choring and played with the dog a little bit. Didn't show nothing to you guys, sorry. And now got to do some more choring. Not much. Stopped for an hour, had coffee with Sabrina. She stopped in, and she's heading to the city now, and I gotta feed the bulls, so I'll get after that. Zippity doo dah, zippity day. Talk to you guys later. You're on candid camera, babe. So this is day number 3 since this bunk has been filled up. And you can very easily see it's not empty. It's still basically, I don't know, 1/8 to a quarter full. So was that one there. The cows are just waking up. They're not overly hungry. They're not coming to rush into the feed. And that bunk over there is the same way. I probably don't even have to feed them today. Make them clean all this up. But we're out here, so I'm going to fill them and we'll go from there. You forget how to put the chains on, babe. Need some air around it.
In the hole.
And she's a cool one this morning. It's
Yeah.
minus 14
Feels colder.
with the wind chill of minus, they say 20, but god dang, it feels colder than that. That wind bites here this morning. It's damp. We had a few snowflakes this morning, but not much. Just a slight skiff. Anyways, we're gonna get this bunk home, we'll fill it up, and I'll bring you guys back later. Alrighty guys, so these girls actually cleaned their bunks out a lot better than the other ones. Whoa, really overfilled that sucker. Son of a... Gee darn it. I hate when they stand like that right there. I'm afraid I'd bump them with the grapple with it open. Here, I'll show you this other bunk. They look frosty, they look cool, cold, chilled. Yeah, I guess that one's about the same as the one out in the pasture. About a quarter full still. So definitely not empty, but you walking like you're full of arthritis, old girl. She's the one we trimmed the toes on her in the fall here, back end of November. Anyway, one more bucket load and the girls are all fed up, and then we can go to removing some snow out of the one corral. Talk to you guys later. Alrighty guys, so you can see I punched a hole through this snowbank here. And yeah, it's like friggin' 3 feet deep. It's just the way the wind blew the snow before we did all that out there. It's just the way the wind blew the snow. But anyways, from that windbreak, our corral comes around to the end of that windbreak there, and then it keeps looping around, comes right through this snowbank and up to the end of these corral panels here. So basically, I need to get rid of that friggin' snowbank because it's right in the goddamn road. So what I'm doing now, you can see I'm pushing it. I pushed some snow there to create a windbreak for the cows because this was so full over here, and I was bedding the cows back this way. But for this snow, I have a low spot right there. And you can see where I started piling. That's where I'm going to push this snow to, is in that low spot. That's the idea anyways. Yeah. Not fun, but it's got to happen. We don't got much choice over this. Well, I got lots of choices, but this is the way I want it to work for us. So, more or less, from right here in front of the tractor where this trail goes through here, all the way across to that fence post, all this snow, we got to push it the heck out of the road. That's the idea. Anyway, I want to play with this for a little bit. Little Blue is running because I'm going to use him inside the corral that I was playing in the other night to push that pile out of the corral. So I'll let you guys go. We'll talk to you later. Alrighty guys, well, sorry I didn't show it to you, but I was on the phone for, I have no idea how long I've been on the phone. As we were working at getting the snow out of this corral, I've been on the phone. So if you remember the other night, in the last video I think it was, I was out here, it was dark, we were cleaning the snow up in this corral, and I had a big pile of snow right in the middle of the corral here. Well, he gone. He gone. He no longer. As you can very well see, got it hauled out the back gate. And once I take one little bit more swipe right here, just to clean that up a little more, then we'll go back to moving snow out there. So yeah, like I said, sorry I didn't show it to you before, but you get to see what the corral looks like in the aftermath. So talk to y'all later. Okay, Lots of bouncing around out here. But I got a little more to do right along this edge right here, just to clean that snowbank out of there. I don't have to, but I probably will, knowing me. But this snowbank is gone. I don't have to worry about it. Still got that one to do, but that one I'm going to leave for a while. And it's basically it's chore time, so I need to get back on the other side of this gateway, get this closed up so we can lock CP's heifer in the barn for the night. Anywho, she's coming along slowly but surely. I'll get her all cleaned out the way I want it. Try not to get too anal about it, but anywho, I'll let you guys go. We'll bring you back in a little while. How the heck's everybody doing today? So, that's not going to help keep this thing standing now, is it? No, not in the least. And it doesn't help that one ripped out. Here's the pipe. Pretty thin-walled stuff to use as a base. Should have never used that. So we're going to put a chunk of 2 3/8 on that end. On this end, you can see, oh, I got a phone call. I'll bring you guys back later. Okay, that phone call is done and we're back. So, I figures just a chunk of friggin' pipe, but a little bit heavier wall for this end on that leg that goes down for a base. And then on the other end, when I built this corral panel, to use all material that I had available to me, the joint like this right here, one side's female, one side's male, thread them together, blah, blah, blah. Well, I did the same thing down here, but this part, this whole part here is what's turning inside here. So literally all I got to do is pick it up, give that a turn, bring it straight, and then weld it so it can't spin on me again. And with my luck, next year this time we'll be replacing this leg, but I'm not going to replace it until it rips out. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to find a chunk of steel. We'll get it on this end, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later. Alrighty, guys. Well, got one there. Got one there. It's not perfectly straight. This thing's been around with us for a few years since I built it. And it's been thrown here and thrown there and beat up by me with the front end loader quite a bit. So he's a little bent up and twisted, but you know what? At least now it stands. And that's the main thing, because if it ain't standing, it ain't holding cows. And I don't know what old BP did to his shoulder, but holy jumping jiminies, is it friggin' sore today. Anywho, we got to get on the Bobcat, fire him up, and our alley leading into the barn there at the squeeze chute, we got to get all the snow cleaned out of there so we could run animals up and down and through there. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen here this afternoon. There ain't a lot of snow in there, but just the same, it has to come out. So I'm gonna let you go, and we'll bring you back once we're into moving snow later. Alrighty guys, if you can hear me in here. Make out this snow here, right here, it's like basically a foot to 13 inches, and then while there it's like 2 feet. But this is light fluffy snow, it hasn't packed or nothing. It's gonna take a bit to get it out of here because it's so light and fluffy, but for this machine to clean this out really good, it's best I get in here now versus after it sits and melts for a while. And those guys are enjoying cut feet, which I put there on purpose so that they can kind of manure it up and stomp on it onto the ground, because right where they're standing, where that cut feed is, it's got ice underneath. That'll give it some traction area in that spot. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work with this and I'll bring you back after. Well, that looks a whole hell of a lot better. Right, Ruby? Right? Yeah. Got it all cleaned out, nice and clean. Now close up these gates and deal with gates over there. And deal with a couple of young bulls. Talk to you later. Alrighty, so the red white face right behind this solid red heifer, that's a yearling bull. I guess I gotta close the front gate, huh? That could have been really bad. Like really, really bad. Anyway, and then we have our there. He's a little black brockle face. Looks kind of like this one here, but that's a heifer. We got to sort them two buggers off of these heifers and put them with the bulls. There's the other bull right there, because they're starting to do a lot of jumping on these girls. So it's time for them to come out before they... I'm going to be estimating anyways, but I don't need problems from these two guys. I'll bring you back here in a bit once we get them all sorted out. Alrighty, so this guy right here, that's Mr. To the Max.
What? Oh, yeah.
And he's daddy to both of the yearlings, the little red brockle here and the black brockle back there bouncing around. And the black brockle and the black white face right there, that guy, they're full brothers.
Yeah. Why do you need full brothers?
Because they're awesome bulls.
You need to pick one.
It's like you have a Bandit, and Bandit had 6 brothers. So, yeah.
You need to pick one.
Yeah. Now, the yearling, he's a lot quieter bull than his brother. For whatever reason, his brother's a little on the timid side.
Better.
He's a good breeder. He's a good bull that way, but he's a little on the timid side. For whatever reason, I don't understand why.
He's not so bad now.
No, he's not as bad as he was as a yearling, because as a yearling, he'd be the last one. He'd wait for you to leave after you fed grain and stuff, and then he would come and eat. But unfortunately, I don't feed grain to these guys.
He's a half max.
They don't need to get too big, too heavy. So these 2 yearlings are going to be cut off of grain for a while. I'll grain the bulls there towards the end of April and part of May. I generally grain them just to kind of beef them up a little bit just before they go to breeding in June. But otherwise, yeah, they don't get a lot of grain. So these 2 little buggers are in here with the big boys now. And then there's the hay burners.
Hey.
Hay burners. Nothing but a hay burner.
At least I only have 2 and not 20.
What do you mean 20?
At least I only have 2 and not 20.
Well, thank God. We probably wouldn't be married if you had 20.
Really? I remember one time we had 28, and that was you.
Now, with those 2 guys out, there's a lot more headroom space for all these girls to come in and eat.
Are we going in there?
You mean to move snow?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna get some measurements. So, anywho, that job's done. Talk to y'all later.
Snow.